What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kevin coming back at you again. And as you may know or may not know, I do a lot of, sometimes do a lot of traveling. And when I do, I tend to accumulate some things, try to get those souvenirs, for the fam, and just all those great reminders, as well as my pictures, videos, all that good stuff. But today, want to make sure to give you a holistic, comprehensive update from my last journey, which was probably the best ever, honestly, to Africa, the motherland. So went to Morocco to start it off with, Casablanca, not the movie, right? Don't think about the movie, the actual country and city, Casablanca, Morocco. And then from there to Dakar, Senegal. Some of you may remember that that's where the rapper Akon is from. He does a lot for Senegal, sends money back, does great things. Actually, Issa Rae has roots in Senegal. So very alluring, very captivating place to go to. So want to show you some great things from there. Goree Island was a strong feature to visit in Senegal. A lot of trinkets from there, a lot of souvenirs. And then lastly to the Gambia, which is a little bit south of Senegal. Sometimes you may see those areas referred to as Senegambia, but they're pretty distinct nowadays. So great souvenirs from there as well. So without further ado, no, you don't have a lot of time. I want to start off with, bang, red Morocco. So I tried this on as well as a couple of other ones when I was there, and it's a little tight on me, a little snug, but I figured, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna start back working out, pump it up. It'll just be a muscle shirt, right? So that's my Morocco t-shirt. The very first thing that the gentleman at the souvenir shop showed me though was this right here. Know what it is? Wooden box, right? Little chest, little snuff box for some people. No, he actually called it a magic box. What's magic about it? Doesn't play any sound. There's no springs in it. It doesn't jump by itself. So what do you do with it? You twist it and you open it, and it becomes compartments where you can store stuff. Now, obviously, this magic box is a small one. He started off by showing myself and one of my group members a large one, which had much larger compartments. But I was thinking, okay, I'm going to try to keep my load light, need to get everything onto the plane to come back home, all that good stuff. So I opted for the smallest music box that he had. But it just fans out in that kind of spider web design. And with this one, it's pretty small, so ladies may put rings in here, maybe trying to think what else. Small stuff, obviously, rubber bands, barrettes, maybe, something small. Or little bitty toys for kids, ball and jacks, that kind of thing. But anyway, you can find uses for it. But this is straight from Morocco, straight from Casablanca, on the vendors that are on the streets there. You can find much larger ones there. But you just twist to turn and close it. And then you twist to turn and open it. So very, very unique. I hadn't seen that before. Maybe some of you have. Magic box. Okay. From there, typical stand-up plate souvenir. Many of you probably have seen these before. Plenty of them before. It's a little stand that comes with it. Plastic stand. Nice plate. Hopefully you can see that. And it's got not only a big image of Morocco in general as the country, but the actual cities of Tangier, which one was that? Berat, heard a lot about Berat when I was there. Marrakesh, heard a lot about Marrakesh. Casablanca, of course, Agadir, and the Sahara, referring to the desert. But that's it. Nice plate. Also from Morocco, the obligatory I love Morocco pen. Gotta have that, right? City names on it as well. Nice little pickup. Door magnets, basically refrigerator magnets. That one probably pretty clearly viewable as Casablanca. Really nice colors, by the way. This one, Kingdom of Morocco. Uh, Plays more on the sunset, warm, earth tones kind of thing. But these were the primary souvenirs that I got from Morocco. Was only there about maybe 10 hours or something like that because of the layover from the flight. So there wasn't much time to do very much other than kind of tour the city, take pictures, go to the big mosque there, and get souvenirs. So from there, the next stop on the 3-country journey, of course, was Senegal, Dakar specifically. So the first excursion for souvenirs was a day where we went to these, my group members and I, all of us who were on the flight, went to these large outside open markets. And of course, you know, it's pretty warm there. It's pretty much in the 80s every day, mid 80s to upper 80s. Warm, but not terribly hot there. And it wasn't the thick, humid heat. So, bucket hats. Bucket hats. LL Cool J isn't the only one that wears these, right? Kind of like the one I have on here. This is probably the first one that caught my eye. And of course, as you can see, it's got different logos, emblems of Africa, pictures of different trees, very nice suave hat. So, you know, basically wear it however you want to, sporty 40, you know. So that's one for gray and black outfits, basically. This one is a little bit lighter, a little bit of blue in it. Nice ethnic design, if you want to say. LL Cool J is, anyway. All right, so some of you remember LL's first CD there. That's the DJ in me coming out. Sorry about that. So another hat at another one of those storefronts was this big old boy right here. So if, you know, you're cutting grass, or if it's just hot, you're wearing some browns and some olive colors, maybe a little white, you know, you can sport this one on. Wasn't quite sure if I would keep this one or if I would give it away as a souvenir, but, you know, I went ahead and actually parceled it out, so I'm just kind of borrowing it back right now, you know. So it's really not mine at this point because I've already anyway, so I'm gonna take real good care of it because it's not mine anymore, but just to give you a chance to see it and see what you might be able to do with it if you get you one. So that's that. And one thing about those outside markets, really in Senegal and in the Gambia, is that the outside vendors can be pretty aggressive. Not rude though, I wouldn't say rude, just persistent, right? But the main thing is to keep in mind that this is these people's way of life. Survival is just crucial. Very poor country, but they work for a living. They sell trinkets and clothes, and anything you want is there. Just if you don't see what you want, just walk a couple more streets, you'll probably be there. So, nice little set. Nice gray t-shirt. Maybe you can see on that side better. Nice African emblem. And just holding it up to me on the street, looked like it was gonna fit. By the time I tried it on, it did not. So this ended up being a gift as well. It actually couples with this like pajama pants pair as well. They look pretty good together, I think, and they were pretty convincing to sell me on it. Anyway, they go together well. Neither one of them fit me, so these are gifts. They're already technically owned by somebody else at this point. So also on the streets there on that first day in Dakar, Senegal, you gotta have some fans, right? Hot. Hot, 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 hot. You can see my hat is wanting to blow off because the fans are so effective. Very sturdy construction. This isn't the wimpy church fans that you're used to, which may crumble up after a couple weeks, couple months. This isn't that. This is rugged, durable, and still lightweight stuff. And it will definitely keep you cool. Definitely keep you cool. If you can't get to some air conditioning, you need one of these. So I went ahead and bought 2 of them. They came in very handy on the hot bus many, many, many times, particularly for the somewhat elderly women who were on the bus. Well, maybe not elderly, just seniors we'll say, who were on the bus with me, and they loved it. So forward, or backhand. That backhand was really getting them, I can tell you. They loved it. When the bus was still, there was no airflow. These were just like saviors for them. So pretty cheap. I can't really remember how much I paid for them because so much was happening, and you're spending CFAs when you're in Senegal, not US dollars. Some of the street vendors will take US dollars, but you know, your best bet is to go ahead and exchange some money once you get off the plane and you're at the airport, or at one of the local like ATM kind of places on the corners of the downtown areas where you can change out your $100 bills. And at that point, the conversion rate was, I believe it was 60,000 CFAs equals 100 American dollars. May have changed now. It's been about a week or so since I got back from there, but just something to keep in the back of your mind. You're going to be spending CFAs, so keep many of those, or at least some of those, on you. All right, so that was the outside markets there. The next day of shopping led us to Goree Island. And if you kind of know a little bit about history, then you know that Goree Island was essentially a staging area for slaves that would be sent to America and to other places, which exited West Africa at Senegal. Goree Island is just off the coast, so you have to take a ferry boat ride to get there. But once you get there, there will again be a couple hundred people who live on the island. And as one lady told me, there's no work. There's no work, so they have to sell, they have to barter, they have to become entrepreneurs, essentially. And they're very good at it. And I say they're very good at it because, again, it's about survival for them, but they know how to kind of wear you down in a good way with charm and, you know, kind of kill them with kindness type of thing. But you'll probably find yourself buying a lot more there than you thought that you would. So without further ado, one item which doesn't seem to want to open here is a door, or you might say refrigerator magnet of Goree. Probably can see that pretty good. All right, not that big, won't take up a lot of space. Nice for passing out. They'll sell peanuts. You're gonna get hungry, you're gonna get thirsty, they're gonna have all kinds of things. Bangles, bands, necklaces. Well, I won't demonstrate, but you can see how that goes. Nice with something that's navy blue or purple. More necklaces. So basically whatever you're wearing, they've got colors there. Colorful items that'll blend with anything. More necklaces from Goree Island. All right. Bracelets, and pretty much the way these work, which I didn't know this until the seller demonstrated it for me. These two little beads on the end. Many of you may be familiar with these yourself. You just kind of use one hand if you're by yourself and you don't have somebody else to do this with you. Just kind of grab one little bead at the end there with your thumb or index finger and then pull and it tightens up. There you go. To undo that and unloosen it so you can take it off, you just kind of gently pull right there, loosens up, and you can take it off and put another one on. Dakar canoe boat refrigerator magnet. This one says Senegal taxi on it, different color scheme. This is almost a repeat of the other one there. All right. So, Senegal got this from a middle-aged gentleman. He was pretty nice, pretty professional, so I went ahead and bought it, and it goes pretty well with different things that I own, so always got to have a baseball cap, right? One young lady on the island of Goree was very patient, and she waited. And once she kind of saw me by herself, she kind of threw this in my face. Not threw it in my face, but she, I make this with my own hands. We have to work. We have to work. There is no work here. We have to sell. We have to sell. So she made sure that I saw it. And when I looked at it, I was just flabbergasted. It's amazing. Just the quality, the craftsmanship, the realism. I mean, for this to come from her hands, not that I doubt it that the Africans have skills. We all know they do. But to see it in living color like there, multiple colors, was just breathtaking. So needless to say, she easily sold me on this. She said, I make this with my hands. I make this with my hands. I go, okay, sold. So when she sold it to me, it stood up a lot better than it's doing now, but since it got on the plane and all that, it isn't quite, there it is. All right, let me make sure you can see that well. Right? Beautiful, beautiful doll. It's not voodoo for anybody out there who's thinking off on the bad tangent there. This is nothing voodoo related, right? Just a beautiful, quality, high crafted brainchild of people who are just trying to make an honest living and who aren't trying to rob anybody or any of that kind of stuff, which is rampant in America. Not that it's rampant other places, but they're just very industrious people who just want honest pay for honest work. So this was just one of the most beautiful things that I got back from Dakar, Senegal, Goree Island specifically. And one of my cousins kind of grabbed it away from me, so it's not mine technically at this point, so I'm still trying to take good care of it. But beautiful, beautiful doll, beautiful doll. Please go to Senegal and get one of these and try to support the local people there who are just trying to make a living like you and me. Okay, so if you want something to wear, then, which you will, of course, upside down is not gonna get it, so let's go right side up. Beautiful, beautiful colors, beautiful colors. Many, usually young ladies on the island sell these gowns, and I'm not sure how much of it you can see, but this one's not all that long, but it's long enough for, I don't know, anybody up to maybe I don't know what size, 22, 24, something like that, can probably fit in. It's kind of stretchy too, so very nice, very nice. And that's the green one. It's basically the same pattern, front and back. This is the front, actually. So if you're wearing, let's say, orange, then actually this isn't a gown, but it's more so a shawl. You know, going to the beach, just trying to be a little stylish, maybe cut that breeze down a little bit. I wouldn't do it, you know, but I'm just saying for demonstration purposes only. You know, it's a little feminine for me, but hey, you know, do your thing. This is just lovely, just lovely, just lovely. All day, every day, you can get these on Goree Island and patronize people who are working hard at the same time. This one's of deep blue. Once again, lovely color scheme. Very royal, very regal. If you can see the bottom of it there. Can be used as a gown, shirt, very versatile and very thin and breezy as well. So any kind of hot weather, something like this is gonna come in handy. All right, so walking along Goree Island, I was hearing these sounds, just these sounds, and it sounded like there was a radio on somewhere. And I can't quite get it the way it was there, but so I kept hearing this sound. Next thing I know, I saw this young guy, 20-something years old, with these in his hands. And he was so precise with it to where he sounded like a recording. I don't, but he did. So anyway, he sold 2 of these. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was very inexpensive. Handmade items, which just, again, shows you how diligent and dutiful the islanders are. Honest people just trying to make an honest living. Great for those of you who get used to it and can make a little bit of music with it. A lot of the Afro beats tunes that you hear, you're going to hear these kinds of sounds, whether you know that that's what makes the sound or not. But more often than not, it probably came from something like this that was sampled. The file, was on a computer. Next thing you know, it's just a recurrent theme throughout the song. All right. More bangles, bracelets, Goree Island. Different colors, different patterns, different designs. Probably a little, I bought this to give it away, not to keep it, so I don't even think I tried it on then, but that's how it one fits. All right. So, one young lady on the island was pretty persistent, as the rest were. And around about the time when my group members and I ate lunch, she caught up to me. And she, of course, I hadn't bought anything from her. And she said, "You're going to make me cry. You're going to make me cry." I was like, no, we can't make you cry. Just after we get through eating, just come and see me then. So this open restaurant right there on the beach at Goree Island was where she saw me. And when she came at me in our group with this and all this pretty purple, I just knew I had to go ahead on and do it. So she had the beads, necklace, of course, the woman's gown. This one's kind of long, but very flowy, very showy kind of color palette there. Beautiful purple. Still on Goree Island. More necklaces. Better with brown colors than what I have on, but. And last but not least, on Goree Island and at those outside markets that I mentioned prior to Goree Island, you can get you one of these. What a lovely bag. What a lovely bag. Nice medium size, strong, nice rope. So for the lady in your life, or sister, auntie, daughter, whomever, these bags are great. One of my group members bought 3 of these for his wife and some other people. So very nice to have. All right, so that pretty much is it for Senegal, except for a restaurant visit to Chez Fatou, Fatou, right there on the beach. Beautiful panoramic views once you enter there. In that little cluster area was another artisan who was selling all kinds of handcrafted items. And so one of my coworkers in Memphis, before I left, she told me she just wanted one thing, an elephant. I'm like, okay, I'll see. So I'm gonna give her a couple to choose from. I don't think it'll quite stand up well, but. And this one's a door magnet, refrigerator magnet. And then this one is just more so an Africa keychain. And it's a different elephant. Doesn't quite look like an elephant as much as the other ones, but elephant nonetheless. So that officially concludes the Dakar, Senegal trip in terms of souvenir acquisition. From there, on to the Gambia. At one of the markets there, got a couple more souvenirs. This one is, actually both of these say River Gambia. Door magnets, refrigerator magnets. Same thing with this one, much larger, the Gambia. And by the way, if you didn't know, the Gambia was colonized by the British, so much there is in English. However, in Senegal and in Morocco, those countries were colonized by the French, so that's why you have the CFAs, different currency, different language spoken there, you know, more so French and the native languages. All right. So after a while, once you start buying all these different things, you're probably gonna need another bag. So, bam, bam. Nice, colorful Africa bag, medium sized, pretty strong, couple zippers, can hold quite a few items. It came in very handy for me. Got this from one of the open markets. At the same market, one of these. Nice, light fabric. It hangs on you very easily. Great for hot climates. Front side, back side. I was gonna keep it for me, but since I didn't separate the souvenirs that I wanted to keep from everything else before going to relatives' homes, this one got taken up, so it is no longer mine either. But anyway, next go round, maybe I can get another one like this. In the Gambia, south of Senegal, in West Africa. Another one I was going to keep, but didn't pull it out soon enough, was this one. Nice dashiki shirt, a little pocket here. Probably not big enough for a cell phone, but other items will fit. That's the back. So one of the highlights of the Gambia, of course, was going out to Juffure village, which, if you didn't know, is where Alex Haley's ancestor, Kunta Kinte, was abducted from, which of course ultimately led to Alex Haley doing a lot of research, finding the Juffure village with the help of a griot, oral historian, on the Juffure village at that time. And then from there, he spent, I believe, 12 years writing the book Roots, which was later, of course, turned into a miniseries in 1977. And when it premiered, it was the most watched miniseries in history in America up to that time, 1977, I think January, but it was in 1977. So there was a Jeep ride out to Juffure, and there was a tour guide that told us a lot about Juffure Island, the history of it, of course the Kunta Kinte story, the Alex Haley component as well. Then we went into the museum, saw everything that was inside. The museum was about the size of a medium-sized house. Came out of there, and upon leaving that area, there was a gentleman outside selling these. Nice wooden bowl. Author of Roots, Gambia, welcome, Juffure Village, thanks Roots, is what it says. Alex Kunta Kinte, Alex on this side. So it's pretty all-encompassing. It more or less captures the story of Kunta Kinte, his abduction, his involuntary voyage to America aboard the slave ship, and then Alex Haley doing all the digging, ancestrally speaking, to find the village. So it's got everything in one. Also at Juffure Village, I think it was Juffure Village, mask. Not the Jim Carrey mask. the actual, some people may be too young to remember the Jim Carrey movie mask. But anyway, very authentic African mask. You've probably seen variations of this in a lot of places, but it's nice to have your own, especially direct from the motherland. And last but not least, there was another artisan who was displaying a lot of his work at the lodge where my trip mates and I stayed. And so once you see them, you just gotta get one. I can't remember the exact process he told us about through which he creates these, but I think Baba Kafals was his name. I'll have to double check on that, but he said that these creations have taken him all over the world. So, Paris, different parts of Africa, France, many places. But I actually intend to frame it, glass frame, of course, and present it as a gift. I won't tell you to who, but anyway, that's this. So with that pretty much completes this edition of Souvenir City, if you will. If you have any questions or if there's anything that you want to comment on, feel free to do so. We'll have either a link or some other information for you. But that's it for now. And until next time, as Jerry Springer used to say on his old shows, take care of yourselves and each other.